The difference for me between performing and worship leading is the audience. So when I'm performing, I want to get something out of my audience. I want them to look at me and say, oh, what a great performer. But when I'm leading worship, that's not my goal at all. My goal is to lead people into the presence of the Lord and to make an offering to God. And so, yeah, it's definitely a completely different game altogether.
Oh, to be a living sacrifice.
For me, the difference between performing and leading worship is when I do performing, I feel like all the pressure is just like right on me, and I feel like the spotlight is all surrounding me. And then when I lead worship, I feel like it's completely taken off. I do other types of music, and I do music with my friends, and it's like secular music, if you want to call it that. And I just don't like get filled up the same, and it's just like all the pressure is just right on me, and like when we perform, it's a completely different thing.
I lead worship because I have such a passion for music and such a passion for God as well, and I totally believe that my love for music comes from the Lord, and so I want to use that to glorify Him, and I have a strong calling that's what He wants me to do with this love of music that He's given me.
I lead worship because when I lead worship, it's like I'm right where God wants me to be, and I feel the closest I am when I'm worshiping. It's kind of like my own like language with God. Like reading the Bible is great, and I love it. But when I'm leading worship and I'm doing worship, it's where I feel connected with God the most, and I can't really describe it, and I can't really like, you know, just really explain it.
Worship to me looks like anything that brings your heart to praise. So it doesn't have to be music. For me, worship is music because I love music, but for someone it might be dance, for someone it might be painting, it might be sitting in their room quietly and just reflecting on God's greatness. But I think anything that brings your heart into praise and into reflecting on God's greatness or glorifying Him can be an act of worship.
For me, worship is laying down myself and putting all the focus on God and just truly worshiping Him because He's worthy of praise, and not because I get this feeling when I worship or just because, you know, it's something that we should do, but that, you know, He's worthy of praise, and that is something that, you know, He's just worthy of.
And I'll wash your feet with honor and anoint you red and gray, adorn your robe with glory, exalt you all night. I'll wash your feet.